Hollywood filmmaker. I've got exciting news about my breakfast. Yeah, I know, it's kind of obnoxious. Oh, the health nut, whatever. I actually get that. It is kind of obnoxious. But this is not super complicated. Seems that way. But I've been working at it for a while on figuring this out. And I should have done some research yesterday morning. It would have been helpful, but that's okay. I'm glad to learn things the painful way sometimes instead of the easy way. Come on. I gotta get some. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm following Mike O'Hearn's advice. Look him up on YouTube. Just great health info and workout info. Usually, so I'm on his meal plan and I have it worked out, hey FOT fans, where I have normally 44 grams of steel cut oatmeal for my breakfast. 44 grams, that's about like 31. This is not, a serving. Wait, is it a serving? I forget. But 44 grams I worked out of steel cut oatmeal. It works with my, diet needs for breakfast because I'm trying to cut right now and getting specific nutrition. I'm doing well, thank you. So I got this huge papaya at a fruit stand and I have so much. I have this. This is all papaya. It took me like 30 minutes to cut all this up. And these two containers. I'm like, I gotta eat this before it goes bad, but I'm not trying to stuff myself in one day. So I looked up the nutrition information of papaya and saw how much papaya is equivalent to 44 grams of steel cut oats in terms of the same amount of carbohydrates and roughly the same amount of calories. So 44 grams of steel cut oats. Keep that in mind. 44 grams is about, I've done this so many times, I know, about 6 spoonfuls of it with this. Very, very little. But it expands and then I put in the protein powder. So 44 grams, not a lot of food, but that's fine. I eat it every morning. But Mike O'Hearn was saying, and I was thinking about this as I had this papaya sitting here that I don't want to just throw away and I don't want to stuff myself with. He said, don't just eat the same thing every day, the same foods, because your body gets bored with it. It doesn't optimize the nutrition from it. And then when you switch, so say you're eating bread and then you switch to rice one day, you'll balloon up because your body cannot optimize the nutrition from it. It doesn't metabolize it right. So you want your metabolism set right. So vary the food so your body is constantly evolving and adjusting. And I'm like, good idea. So I have this papaya. I'll have that for breakfast. Yesterday, I didn't know how much to do. I didn't feel like looking it up, doing the math. So I put in like 116 grams of papaya, thinking, well, it's pretty low calorie, right? And everything, low carbs. And it's kind of a lot, 116 grams. Think about it, and 44 grams of steel cut oats. So in my head, I was thinking, oh, I probably had too much papaya. I looked it up this morning, did the math. To get the same amount of carbs, it's actually slightly less, 31 grams of carbs, I believe, from papaya, as the amount of carbs you get, 33 grams from about 44 grams of steel cut oats. You need 300 grams of papaya. So that's what we're doing. 300 grams of papaya. Now, isn't that amazing? I can eat 300 grams of this, fill myself up, satiate myself, and I'm not going over my carbohydrate goals for breakfast. I'm actually staying under it slightly. I'm getting 31 grams of carbohydrates. And I decided, okay, get some damn expensive almond milk, no sugar, and I have measured one serving on there. It's whatever it is, quarter cup, whatever. So let's do this. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this now. It's going to be a little tricky with one hand, but I wanted the vertical video. Yes, click like, because it's just kind of easier to show everything with the phone in my hand instead of on a little tripod where I have to keep adjusting the tripod and I can't point this down like this. So, yeah, let's do everything with one hand. And what does this measure to? Let's see, the light doesn't work. An eighth or 8 ounces. we just have, instead of unscrewing the cap on this, let me bust a cap in this. Now, let me get out, we have a measuring cup. Oh, not a measuring cup, but these things. What am I looking for? 1 cup, how many fluid milliliters or whatever do I need? Over 200 milliliters, just over 200 milliliters. Okay, that's, I think, about 240 milliliters. So, what does the serving size say on this? 240 milliliters is 1 cup. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So 1 cup. Let me, for one, that's half a cup. That's 1 cup. Cup these nuts. So this will be easier. Always get the dust off there. You never know how long stuff's been sitting here. Okay. It's going to be awkward. Let's do this. I got my food scale here. Help you all get your minds right as far as figuring out how should you approach food. I know this seems super tedious and obnoxious and complicated. I promise you, once you just figure out some of your goals and numbers, it is not. But it's okay. Don't stress about it. That's even worse. If you're like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work or not. Okay. I'm putting this in the bowl now. Because I tried making a smoothie with this, a protein shake smoothie the other day. I realized what a disaster that is, and I'll show you why. Okay, so first, put this on here. Oh, put the cap back on the milk, put the milk away. Now, what I'm going to do, add my 79 grams of protein powder. Love my pea-inspired protein powder. I was talking about this with someone last night, why I use the pea protein powder, because it's got 22 grams of protein in a scoop. The muscle milk stuff, you need like 2 scoops just for that, and I need double that. So I need 79 grams of pea protein powder. So okay, it's 39 grams. I've been going a little over lately. I shouldn't. I'm like trying to cheat, start building muscle before I really cut all the way. $75, $79. So I can put the rest back in here. Okay. That lick off my fingers. Because that's not going back in. Did my laundry yesterday. My kitchen towel is clean. Okay, now back you go. I don't know whose cereal that is. I don't know if anybody used those. Have been there months. They look delicious though. So now reset the scale back to 0, and I'm going to add 11 grams of flaxseed. Now this is why trying to make a protein shake, and that was a disaster with the flaxseed. This stuff basically turns into like cookie dough paste when you mix the flaxseed in. So now I know, just do it in the bowl. Okay. You don't want to get a partial view because the phone's going to fall, but hang on. So I got a spoonful. I'm just dumping this in until it says 11 grams. And the reason I'm picking these different foods, like I add the flaxseed and all this stuff, I'm trying to hit certain carbohydrate goals for each day, keep my body fueled, my brain fueled, trying to hit certain protein goals and certain fat goals. And so I just worked out between all the ingredients I like to eat what the numbers are to get it all working together. So I'll reset that. Now I'll add, to get fats and a little more protein, 11 grams of pecans. Or I'll use walnuts too. It really kind of depends just what I'm into that day. And if I have walnuts, the stores don't always have them. Okay, there you go. 11 grams. As you can see, not many pecans. Just barely sprinkling them. I used to not know that, and I would just dump a bunch of walnuts on there. And I was getting way too much fat and too many calories. It all adds up, so. And it's not going to make me any more full. I was doing it for the psychological pleasure of having all that food on there. So I didn't realize why I wasn't losing weight, why I wasn't cutting. And still trying to get this light fixed here by the building. Okay, so now stir this up. Let me get this off here. Could have an accident. Oh, I forgot. Something I absolutely love having here. Cinnamon. It's good for you. That I don't bother weighing. It's probably not even going to be a gram. You see, it's already turning into like sludge, which is fine. It just, to try and put that in a smoothie, not going to work. It turns into a paste. Okay, I got to put this down, sorry. Because that is not much milk in there, but I'm not trying to add more. So you try drinking that in a smoothie. Ridiculous. I was like, it's not shaking anymore when I tried to shake it up, and I had to scoop it out with a spoon. Okay, I'll add some water to that. It's a little too hard to stir. Water, basically no calories. I don't know. Are there calories in water? It's kind of weird to think about. Like, it's technically it's food, but doesn't have calories. I don't know. I guess enough water and you'll get some calories from the minerals in it. This is still pretty thick. Get it so it's not like freaking concrete. Pretty good. It doesn't look pretty, but it's good. Now, I'm going to set the scale. Whatever's on there when you start it, it's automatically at 0, even though that's probably, what, 600 grams or something with the bowl, too. Now I get to have fun and add 300 grams of papaya to hit my nutrition goals. So that tells me, oh, once in a while, buy a papaya. My mom says she can't find them anywhere where she goes to get groceries, so I guess it's the climate here or something. We have them around, I don't know. And these things, they practically melt in your hand. Papaya. Isn't that nice? I get to eat all this, and I'm hitting my nutrition goals. I'm not going over it. I'm not abusing my body. And, you know, when I run out of this, I'll switch it up back to the oatmeal. That's only That's half, 156 grams. So I get to really satiate myself, and I'm hitting my nutrition goals. I'm not just, fattening up. I'm not going to be going over my calorie and it's not so much calories. I don't even count calories. My carbohydrate goals. Damn, I am going to stuff myself silly. This is so much fun. 306 grams. I went a little bit over. 289 grams. Get back in there. 297. Let's get a small piece. 303. I know I'm being picky now. I should have cut these smaller. There we go. 299. Good enough. And the batteries on this thing go out fast. I got a pack of batteries for them for when I gotta replace it. Fork, tenedor, por la papaya. That is insane that I get to eat that much. And it's good for me. Now, I won't be eating that every day. I'll be, switching back and forth like Michael Hearn says. Go switch foods to get your nutrition goals so your body is metabolizing its optimism? Metabolism. Wow. I never eat breakfast this big. So papaya's got a bunch of good nutrients too, but that's not even what I focus on. All right, let me get some light. Get even more light. I got this little ditty from Goodwill. Nice. And the flavor of papaya, and the consistency is super soft, but the flavor, I'd say it's just like a slightly sweeter cantaloupe. Okay, it's hard to hold this in. Look at me. How's everybody doing? Damn, this is good. Sorry, I didn't mean to make the camera look like you're going in my mouth. Only I had like a tripod that can hold the phone vertically. Sorry, I try not to move my face closer each time. This is delicious. And the mix of soy milk, coconut milk with flaxseed, protein powder is thick enough where I can eat it with a fork. But I have a spoon here too to finish it off. Damn, that's good. So that's like eating cookie dough ice cream, but it's so healthy for you. It's not just healthy. I'm not talking about eating healthy. You can eat lots of things healthy. It's not just healthy. It's getting the right nutrition goals that I want. For right now, I'm trying to cut. So I'm not trying to bulk up yet. I still want to get sliced and ripped. Tomorrow morning, because I have all this extra papaya, I have some packed for my snack for work. Oh, I realize I have way too little packed because I need to eat more to get the same. I could eat another 300 grams. Oh my goodness, for my snack. Oh, I can do that. I have 2 Tupperware containers of it. I'll measure it out. and make sure, is that enough? Because normally I'll just have a peanut butter sandwich, and the sandwich I'll have just like literally 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. 1 tablespoon is so tiny, it's like flat on the spoon and less. I measured it to see how many 16 grams, how much 16 grams of peanut butter is, because the calories in there add up so quick. And it's not the calories, it's the fats. I'm getting too much fats from it. So basically, on my sandwiches, you just have the flavor of peanut butter. It's just a tiny little bit of it smeared onto the center of the bread. It won't even make it to the edges of the bread. But that shows me, oh, I was eating way too much peanut butter before. And it wasn't making me any more full. It was just psychologically, I was just being sloppy. It was just for the psychological effect of, oh, I get to taste it all. It tastes good. And I didn't know it. So as a result, I was constantly wondering, why aren't I losing weight? Or when I was losing weight, I was just starving myself and I couldn't sustain it. Still got a bunch of papaya to go. So breakfast like this, it just takes planning. It's not super difficult. I get it. It's expensive. All the ingredients I got. That I think is a freaking shame. Like, why is it so expensive? Companies are gouging us, wasting so much of this food. The papaya I got from a fruit stand. I want to buy stuff from the people directly if I can. Now, I don't know how they acquired it, but I'm sure there's always some factory farming and abuse on the farms and stuff. But if I can, and it's more expensive sometimes to buy on the street. I don't know how much papaya is in stores. The protein powder I order online because it's much cheaper than getting it at CVS, and also the bigger tubs they don't sell at CVS. CVS usually has the cheapest. Sometimes they'll have a half off discount, like buy one get the second half off. But you buy the bigger ones online, they're much cheaper and you get much more. It saves me a freaking third visit to a grocery store in a week just to stop at CVS. I'm so hungry, but I gotta slow down and enjoy my food. Again, it looks like bland slop. This is like eating cookie dough ice cream. Anyway, I keep thinking about the rapper Viper. He puts up like a new music video a day. Anyone else here listen to him? It's basically like his song titles are taking credit for every major pop news event, every major disaster, world disaster, or fighting every disaster and war, or taking the credit for every disaster, every huge, massive, world-changing news, or like every act of terrorism, basically. One song is titled "The Chinese Ain't Did." The Chinese ain't did Tiananmen Square. I did. Another song title is "Fuck the Earth. I'm gonna wage an interstellar war." One of the top comments were like, "Aliens have been real quiet since this song came out." I forget other stuff like what did he say? I don't know. One song was like he did the Italian job. Gotta wipe my nose. I swear the air is so bad here. I'm waiting on this air filter I got from my room. I'm gonna run it because I know it's like stuff in the air that's causing runny nose, like pollution, pollutants, particulates, metals, and shit from all the traffic around here. And for my snack at work tomorrow, I gotta think how many grams of bread do I have and carbs in my bread, and then find the it's going to be way over 300 grams to get the same amount of carbs I do. Well, that's okay. I don't have to get that much. I can lighten that up. All right. I showed you all how it's done. You know, if you can afford it. Jeez, I don't know how people afford decent food. I can afford it, but to feed a family, to get healthy food, you got to be spending what, at least $700 a month on groceries? It's terrible. Anyways, talk to people, talk about the problems. Let's get some legislation or something to stop grocery stores from wasting food, cut down on the factory farming, or whatever you need to do, make it more efficient, pay the farm workers well. The dairy industry, they're a mess. They got a lot of waste they do, and they still get their milk prices propped up. Not that I'm buying like actual milk. I got almond and coconut milk. Anyways, all kinds of issues around food production where we have enough food, we can feed everybody, and yet we have so much junk food and healthy food so expensive. So, anyways, I'm going to get going. Thanks for watching, everyone.